Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and welcome to the uncle who works for Nintendo. Now this horror game is going to be way different than anything that you've seen on this channel before because this one is an interactive horror game. Well, I guess most horror games are interactive, but this one actually has a choose-your-own-adventure style, narrative-driven horror game. And if that may seem weird, it might be. I don't know how it's gonna go, but it says there are tons of jump scares, which could be good or bad. You are 11 years old. What is your best friend's name? None of these people. I don't know if this matters, but I'm gonna go with Dave. Your best friend Dave has invited you to a sleepover at his house this weekend. Yippee! You've been friends since first grade, so asking your mom is basically only a formality. You've never confirmed this, but you suspect the babysitter may charge extra when there are two kids. You sometimes feel like staying somewhere else is the only way you can help out. Oh, that's sweet and sad. Oh, he's trying to help out your mom. Oh, cool. On Friday night, you're home for only a few hours, long enough to pack, get in a fight with your younger sister, pack some more, and watch some TV. At 6 sharp, you're standing on the sidewalk outside Dave's house while your mom idles in the car nearby. She leans out the window to you. You behave yourself, okay? She says, as always. I'll be at work, but if anything happens, you call me. Oh, okay, Mom, go. Aw, Mom works the night shift. Aw. I'll pick you up tomorrow at 3, she says, again as usual. But then she pauses, looking up at the sky, which has been overcast throughout the day. If you play outside, she adds, be careful. It's probably gonna rain. Well, I'm not gonna give my mom a kiss right in front of Dave. I can't embarrass myself like that. I'm a young boy. After you part, your mom drives down the street, disappearing around the corner. You turn back to Dave's house. The lights inside are glowing warmly. You can see Dave waving at you from his bedroom on the 2nd floor. He would have seen that and he would have made fun of me. I can't have none of that. Oh. It is 6 p.m. I haven't played a choose-your-own-adventure game like this. I mean, I've played games like this before, and the details are very important in these types of games, so you have to pay attention to the dialogue very closely. Dave's mom meets you just inside. Hello, she says. Dinner will be ready in just a few minutes, but you can drop stuff off in the den. You and Dave are camping out there tonight. Cool! Thanks, Dave's mom! Oh, you're the coolest. Way cooler than my mom. You drop your sleeping and overnight bags in the corner of the den and then pause to take a look around. Behind the couch is grandfather clock ticking softly. Through a set of patio doors on the far side of the room, you can see the sky is just as gray as it was when your mom left. Framed pictures line the walls. Over the dark fireplace hangs a monstrous pair of antlers from a buck that Dave's dad shot years ago. And of course, there's the big screen TV. Sometimes it makes you uncomfortable how much nicer Dave's house is than yours. Oh man, I'm an ungrateful brat kid. Oh, your mom's trying. My mom's trying. Dave entered the room while you weren't paying attention and he now stands in the doorway smiling expectantly. Are you ready for dinner, he asks? Sure. Yeah, heck yeah! I haven't had dinner in days! Dinner passes quickly. Tonight's meal is spaghetti and meatballs, one of Dave's favorite meals, as his mother points out while piling a helping on your plate. Dave's father cracks a beer and jovially interrogates you about how much trouble you and Dave are getting into at school. Wait, that wasn't a beer at all. That's a glass of lemonade. Why would you even think it was beer? Dave's father doesn't drink alcohol. You're quite certain of that fact now that you remember it. Well, whatever. Dave's father's... this is what I meant by paying attention to the details, because that changed the story just a little bit. I think that's like a tutorial introduction to, if you pay attention, it's gonna do different things. Okay, the grandfather clock chimes in the den. You go along now, says Dave's mom, smiling from her side of the table. We'll clean up in here. Let's go get the TV ready, says Dave. The two of you leave the dining room and head upstairs. Dave's room is immense. You stay in the den because the TV is larger there, but there's a sizable one here, flush with the wall opposite the full-size bed. We'll take down the 64 first, says Dave, heading towards the TV and opening the entertainment center cabinet. It's his prerogative, of course. He gets to choose what you play first, usually. But as Dave begins unhooking the cords of the N64 from the TV, you catch sight of other things he has in there. All the major stuff. An old SNES, a PlayStation, a Dreamcast, but some other things too. Things you don't really recognize. A large black box with green highlights, a small purple one, a strange white and yellow tower that looks like gloves resting on hooks. On the other side, a compact white cone. What are those? What are those? Okay, shut up. Dave looks to the clutter in the cabinet. Oh yeah, they're pretty cool. I can't show them to you though. They're still secret. I promised my uncle. Of course, you suddenly remember his uncle. The uncle who works for Nintendo. In the corner of the Oh, it's video games. It didn't sound good. The grandfather clock is ticking. It's 7 p.m. Framed pictures. You walk around the perimeter of the den inspecting the pictures idly. Most of them are family portraits from years past. Dave cradled lovingly between his mother and father, or any of the three on their own. A happy, tidy family. Look for pictures of Dave's uncle. Very important. You don't find any, not one. The only pictures here are of Dave and his parents. You don't know why, but that makes you feel uneasy. Time passes. Oh, cool, okay. Why do I need to think about Dave's uncle? Why is that an option? I'm gonna go, that's just so weird. It began with Mew. Did it? You didn't believe him at first, but when Dave came to school one day and told you he'd finally caught Mew, prove it, you said, so he pulled out his Game Boy and showed you. There it was, Mew, the 151st Pokemon available only to players at promotional events, somehow unlocked on Dave's game. It's really strong. It KOs every enemy in one hit. Dave demonstrated this claim at recess when you and some of the other friends linked Game Boys to do battle. You were the first one down. No one else got a single hit on Dave's Mew. In a few days, everyone had quit playing Pokemon at resources. The allure had faded. You asked how he managed to get it. Oh, my uncle got a job at Nintendo, said Dave. You were walking home together, passing one of the construction crews. There had been a storm not too long ago. Trees were down all over the town. Building had collapsed. You were standing at the intersection with Dave as a truck rumbled by, loaded up with ragged tree trunks. What a bad storm. Dave still lived next door to you at the time. Wait, this couldn't have been too long ago. When did Dave move? There was something nice about being neighbors. Man, your memory is really foggy here. He also got me this new Game Boy, pulling it out of his pocket. You hadn't noticed earlier, but yes, Dave now had a sleek new Game Boy Color. Until today, he only had one of the old ones, a big gray brick like yours. This one's a special edition, isn't it cool? You agreed, jealously. You snap out of your reflections. The clock chimes. Is it 8? It's 8 now. Or is it 9? It's 8, okay. Remember your own Mew? What? When did I have a Mew? When would I have a Mew? You got your own Mew eventually. Another friend had a Game Shark, which you borrowed one day. You spent that entire night unlocking every Pokemon you couldn't obtain in your copy of the game or hadn't traded in yet, including Mew. It didn't one-hit KO most enemies. It was incredibly weak, and you shamefully cheated the game further to make it strong enough. It even looked different from Dave's. Your Mew was small, even cute, standing there with its round, cheerful eyes. But when Dave's had wiped out everyone at school, it had a completely different, compact, snarling, fierce. You asked him why. What? He said. That had been here in the den. Oh, that thing. Dave had moved by then, but how long was that after the first storm after he got Mew? You can't remember. It had been a while since anyone talked about Pokemon. Well, my uncle got me the special edition Mew first of all, he said, smirking a little, but not looking away from the PlayStation game he was playing. That's why mine looked different. Second of all, mine can one-hit KO because it's the real Mew. You asked what he meant by that. Just what I said. You cheated and got a fake Mew. So of course there'd be problems, glitches and junk. You felt your cheeks redden. But not me. I got the real Mew. And only me. My brother was so jealous. Dave's brother? What about him? Why does remembering that comment make you feel uneasy? You snap out of your reflections. I'm not sure what's going on here, but it looks like I'm out of things to remember and it's only 8:30. So I'm gonna talk to Dave. Ask him if he thinks this storm will be as bad as the last one. That might be important considering... Oh, geez. Considering, I'm wondering if he remembers the storm, considering memories seem to be a little kerfuffled. I don't like the sound of the wind. Do you remember the storm we had that tore down all the trees? I don't know what you're talking about. I knew it! I knew it. Things are a little kerfuffled here. You don't remember? Remember what? I actually forgot until tonight. There was a huge storm a few weeks ago, I think. If it was important, I'm sure I would have remembered it. Oh no. Oh, he don't remember. How about games? Bring up the subject of new Pokemon games through the rumors you heard on the internet, when you were supposed to be working in school. Dave meticulously debunks and confirms everything you have to say, all based on, of course, what his uncle has told him. An hour passes. You're in the den. Dave's mother bustles into the room, holding his large ceramic bowl filled with popcorn under her arm. How are you kids doing, she asked. Good, says Dave, his eyes not moving from the television. Hope you're having fun. Here's some popcorn. Extra butter. You're welcome. Almost immediately, Dave is shoveling popcorn into his mouth. Meanwhile, his mother smiles first at him, then back at you. There's sodas in the kitchen if you get thirsty, and some pizza from the other night if you get hungry. Thank you. Thank you. Your father's gone to bed. I'll be here soon. I'll be there soon myself. I want you two to keep it quiet, all right? Yes, Mom. Oh, and before I forget, your uncle called. He suddenly had some business here in town tomorrow, but he's driving in early. He'll be here around midnight. Oh, that doesn't sound good at all. Oh, no. For the first time, Dave stops playing his game, stops eating popcorn, and turns to look at his mother. Okay, he says. I want you two to welcome in him. He'll be very tired and very hungry, so offer him something to eat before he goes to bed. Okay, Mom. Good night, kids. And she's gone. Ooh, bowl of popcorn. It's buttery and delicious. Okay, what about this uncle? Why does he come in? Business, but I thought he worked for Nintendo. He does. Frowning but not looking away from the TV. He's really important there. Does Nintendo have a lot of business here? Why else would my uncle be coming? As if you've asked the dumbest question in the world. Well, it's cool, I'll finally get to meet him. Yeah, I think you'll like him. What sort of work does your uncle do? Dave pauses the game and turns towards you, visibly agitated. How would I know? I don't work for them. Right now he's not quite yelling, but you think if you keep pressing the subject, he might. Well, let's keep pressing the subject. I don't believe you. Takes a moment to respond as if he's not quite heard what you said. What? I don't believe your uncle works for Nintendo. You think you've finally done it. Dave stands up, fist clenched at his sides, mouth twisting horribly as he struggles to say something. You watch as he takes a step towards you and you clench your teeth and wait. Come on, hit me! Ah! Dave darts forward and pushes you onto the carpet. Oh geez, cracking your skull against the carpet. You take the initiative and throw a punch before he can go for you again. Okay, yeah, let's fight! You shove yourself up on the floor and send... You send your fist into Dave's stomach. For a moment, you're shocked at what you've done as he stands there gasping in his pajamas, but then suddenly, bad expression. I hate you. What? You hear something. Or you think you hear something, someone shouting, and then you've fallen flat on the floor. For a moment, you don't think you can get up. Your whole body feels heavy. Did he hit you? I hate you, says Dave. Leave me alone. You finally manage to sit up as he turns back to his game. You take a moment to collect yourself. Talk to Dave? School? He's tried to strike up a conversation, but Dave is too involved in the game and seems to be ignoring you. Oh boy. Oh, I did it now. Oh boy. Okay. Maybe I could call my mom. Passing through the empty dining room, you enter the kitchen where the phone sits in the corner. Mom, things are really weird here. I got in a fight. What? You explain that you and Dave aren't getting along right now and you'd like to go home early. Something in your voice seems to give her pause. Okay, I'll call the sitter and tell her to come pick you up. It'll probably be an hour. Is that okay? Yes, thank you. Of course, I'll call her now. She'll be there in an hour. Be safe. Return to the den and pack your things. Clock chimes as you enter the den. Dave doesn't even look away from the TV as you come in. Announce it. I'm gonna tell him. I'm leaving! What? You can't leave? It's almost time! Almost time for what? You can't go. There's so much stuff I had planned for tonight. I was gonna let you play the next Zelda game, the ones that are not even out yet. Before you can say anything, he's already running upstairs. Dave continually runs up and down the stairs, bringing you games and consoles while you pack your things. Every time he presents something new, you ignore him or brush it off with an uncaring shrug. Please, just stay. Stay the night, please! Outside you hear a car horn honk. No. March to the front door and exit into the night. As you walk to the sitter's car, your little sister in the backseat still in her pajamas. The sitter, a high school girl who lives down the street from you, looks incredibly unhappy to be there, but you think you'll be able to handle her. As you climb into the car, you cast one last look over your shoulder back to the house. Dave is standing there in the doorway, totally still, not screaming, not crying, not doing much of anything. The car begins to pull away from the house as you watch, you see his parents appear in the doorway behind him. That's weird. Wave. Without acknowledging you, Dave's parents lay their hands on his shoulders. They turn Dave back into the house, the door closing just as everything slides out of view. When you turn around in your seat, you can't even see the house's lights. Dave doesn't show up to school on Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday. On Thursday, you ask your teacher, Mr. Scott, where Dave went. He blinks at you confusedly. Oh, Dave. Well, I'm surprised he didn't tell you about this, but he and his family moved away. The house is empty when you ride by your bike by that afternoon. It somehow seems even larger without anything or anyone in it. A for sale sign in the front yard. You never see Dave again, and eventually, as the years pass, you forget about him entirely. Huh. There's 5. There's 5 endings, plus one secret one. Okay, we're gonna be here a while. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna try to find all of them. I don't know if I'm going to, but we're gonna try it. Oh, this is important. Oh, this is actually a very important detail. So I'm going back right now. All right, so no, he doesn't drink. Okay, so now I'm gonna think about Dave's uncle and I'm gonna remember this stuff. It began with Mew. I'll get back when I'm to the point and I'm not gonna get in a fight with Dave. Okay, here we go. So your uncle stays with you when he visits? He lives pretty far away, so he just drops by. Isn't that a little weird? Dave gives you a look like that you don't like very much. How would you know? You don't even have an uncle. Oh, jeez. That's a little antagonistic. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, jeez. Okay, so it's getting closer to midnight. It's now 10 o'clock. So I guess I could check the pictures again. Whoa, wait. Ooh. Ah, something's wrong here. Where's Dave's brother? You know he has a brother. You know it, except he's not here in any of the pictures. Think harder about the brother. He was older, not much, 1 or 2 years. A jerk sometimes, but not any more of a jerk than you are to your little sister. When it snowed, your mom would let him shovel the sidewalk outside your house. He lived next door. His name? You can't remember his name. Ask Dave about his brother. Is your brother spending the night with one of his friends? Dave pauses the game he's playing and gives you an odd look. I don't have a brother, but I remember him. There's a long, uncomfortable silence, broken only by distant thunder, the Nintendo, and the clock ticking. You're such a weirdo. The subject, it seems, has been dropped. The grandfather clock chimes the hours. Dave suddenly looks up from the 64. It's time, he says. Stop being weird. That's quite a knocker. That's him. I should go let him in. As he leaves the den, you realize you could follow, but part of you feels really like being scarce for a bit. I'll follow him. I'm brave. The knocking continues Outside the pebbled glass on the front window, you can see a tall, dark shadow. Dave goes to the door, undoes the deadbolt, and cracks it open. You can come in, he says to whoever stands on the porch, then look over his shoulder at you. Sorry, he says. Before you can ask what there's to be sorry about, the door slams open. Oh, hello, child. Come closer, child. No worries, child. I'm hungry, child. No worries, child. Hello, child. Oh, fear is none. Screaming cease. Oh, jeez. Oh. Oh, hello. Hello, child. Oh, okay. Crap. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, that was a bad idea. Oh, that was a bad idea. It was a bad idea doing that thing. Bad idea. You met the uncle who... I met him! I sure did met him! Oh, and then I left early. Okay, going back. Fights you to play, he wins every round pretty easily and made a mistake. He's just too competitive and frankly a lot better than you. Good game, he says, smirking. I need to take a break. Whatever you say. What a dick. Dave's a douche. Okay, fridge. Cold pizza. So I'm going to... I have to go to the bathroom. Oh, I do, don't I? Whoa. What's going on here? What? What happened? What? What was that? Closet completely empty. Walls a strange untextured white. What's going on here? What the hell is happening? Toilet. You realize something wrong with the toilet. The water in bowl looks solid, like glass. When you attempt to turn the handle, nothing happens, but the toilet emits a sound of flushing anyway. You suddenly don't feel like having to go anymore. What is going on here? Okay. That's weird. It's like I'm in a video game. I don't want to play games anymore. The uncle. The unk. It's that unk. Okay. That's him. I should let him get in. I'm gonna be scarce this time. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. Run down the hall to the bathroom and lock the door behind you. Or at least, this could have been the bathroom. The walls are bare and white. There's no sink or toilet, but there's some odd, featureless white boxes that could stand in for a shower or a linen. Oh, you can hear the front door slam open. Oh, after that, you don't hear anything. Child. Oh, jeez. The rain. No, not just the rain, but that voice in the back of your head like, I'm coming for you, child. Like something you can't even begin to describe. Though you lock the door behind you, you know it easily. Something walks in. Close your eyes. You're not exactly sure how you know something out there because you don't exactly... Oh, child, hear it moving, but you know it's there, and you know it's stopped. Poor, poor child. Right outside your hiding spot. It opens the door even though you don't immediately realize it doesn't have any hands. Oh, jeez. Oh, I am so hungry, child. You cannot run, child. Hello. No more worries. Hello, child. I have friends for you. Oh, friends in the dark. Oh, hey! We'll play forever in the dark. Well then, I ran, which is a thing. Okay. Oh. There might be an ending where if you call your mom at exactly 11 and then the babysitter comes at the same time as the uncle. I think that might be one of them. Okay. Okay, so these are clues to the ending. Some things you remember don't match what you see. Learn what you can, ask questions, have a serious talk, don't be mean, but still, get out of there. Okay, so, get out of there, I think, and this other one's the same thing, and then make what might be the worst decision ever. So I think that one is calling at the same time, so let me see if that is what it is. Ah, okay, you remember the storm. Yeah, you say, nodding, but no one remembers the storm. Ah! It was big, it took down trees. That's impossible, impossible, no one remembers it. What's going on here? He came out of the storm. I was home alone, Dave begins, his eyes growing distant. Mom was at work, Dad was out at a bar. Where was your brother? Yeah, you remember him too, he was there upstairs. He said it was the brightest lightning he ever saw, then the knocking started. What happened then? I answered the door when the knocking started. He said he was lost and hungry. He said he could help me, and all I had to do was promise to feed him. Okay, Dave tenses. What is that? It's my uncle, or that's what he told me to call him. I don't really know. I don't know what it is. You're kidding, right? What did he do? He changed things. He said he could make things happen any way I wanted them to, that I would always be the best as long as I fed him. What did you have to feed him? Dave looks at you, his eyes watering. For a long time he doesn't say anything, and then suddenly you understand. Oh, jeez, I could punch him right here now. Wha-bam! Suck on that, maybe? I want to go home. Let's see, no, you can't, he's already on his way. There it is, like a voice. Not something you hear exactly, but still in the back of your mind. See, he's almost here. I'm calling my mom. Things are really weird. I just want to go home. Turn to the den. Dave's sitting silently on the floor as you come in. You're leaving, aren't you? I don't want to be friends with you anymore. This joke you're playing is really mean. I should have known it was different. You were remembering too much. If your uncle is so powerful, why can't he just keep me here? He gets weak. He can't do as much. Is that why things have been different? Is he weaker now? Please don't go. I've never not fed him, and if I don't, I'm not sure what'll happen. So you just want me to get eaten or whatever? No, please no, it's not. I think he'll kill me. Do you understand? He would have killed me if I didn't. Shut up and leave me alone. You can tell that Dave is on the verge of tears, but nevertheless, he does as you ask, walking over to sit in the middle of the den as you finish packing. Car honks outside. Dave wandered over to the fireplace and looking into its unlit depth. Okay. Sitter's car is parked there. Oh, the front door's closed! You suddenly can't remember if you did that yourself. Still burning as the sitter pulls away. You stare out the window of Dave's house, the light blurred and magnified by the rain streaming. Eventually it slides out of view. Find out next afternoon about the fire. It started in the den, say the papers, where there was known to be a fireplace apparently left smoldering in the night. There were no survivors. Arson is expected since an accelerant would have helped the flames overcome the night's heavy rains, but nothing definitive is ever publicly released. One day after school, you ride your bike to check it out. Parts of the house still stand, walls and beams blackened by flames. Yellow caution tape, you decide to investigate. Oh, the second floor is either mostly burned away or fallen through, but standing in what used to be the den, you look up the hole that would have been Dave's room. Broken glass and charred drywall crunch beneath your feet until you step on something that isn't glass. You look down. In the mess is what looks like a Game Boy. It's a Game Boy Color, not at all scuffed or damaged, but the back is a single cartridge, a copy of Pokemon Blue. Ooh, that'd be a bad idea. I'm a Pokemon Red kind of guy. Okay, you leave the ruined house and hop back on your bike, pedaling home. Your mom doesn't have to work tonight since she knows you're taking recent events hard. She's promised to take you and your little sister to the movies. You don't think about Dave at all. And, my God. Well, oh, okay. Oh, so the last ending would have been, and then I believe this is probably a secret ending, would have been if you picked up the Game Boy because it mentioned, and then make what might be the worst decision ever. So I'm gonna go quickly do that, real quick. Okay. You take Dave's Game Boy. Looking from side to side as if anyone might actually be watching, you pick up the Game Boy and flick on the power switch. After clicking through the Pokemon intro screens, you find there is no save game in the cart. It's like a brand new copy. You turn off the Game Boy and stuffing it in your pocket, return home. Your mom is standing in the kitchen when you arrive, doing dishes, and your little sister is watching some annoying cartoon. Remember to take a bath and get dressed before 7. Remember? You're fairly certain she never told you to do that in the first place. You walk into the kitchen, dropping your backpack on the linoleum floor. Why do I need to do all that? Silly, she says. Your mom turns from the sink to smile at you, and your throat tightens when you see how glassy and empty her eyes are. Don't you remember? Your uncle is coming for dinner to celebrate his new job. Bam! That was a dumb decision. Why'd you pick up the stupid Game Boy? Why'd you do that? Oh, hello. What's this? Okay. Oink. Ah, repetition with a difference. It is not time for running. Go where you're not wanted. Go where you've been told you can't go. Ah, repetition with a difference. Okay, I think I understand what that means. I think I was starting to get it when the walls were kind of changing and shifting. You know what I mean? Okay, go to the kitchen. Dave's mom and dad are still there. So, oh, the table hasn't yet been cleared and they're still sitting in the exact same places you left them. In fact, you realize they aren't moving at all. How did I miss this? They sit there completely still like mannequins. Dave's dad is holding up his glass of lemonade as if getting ready to take a drink. Dave's mom has already had her head turned and her mouth slightly open as if she froze immediately after you and Dave left the dining room. Are you okay? They don't respond. Thunder rumbles outside. They don't seem to notice. Please, are you okay? They aren't even blinking. Run past them into the kitchen. You're in the kitchen. The dining room is behind you. You can grab something from the fridge. I'm gonna grab a soda. Exit the kitchen. Back to the den. Tell Dave about his parents. What? See, your parents are sitting in the dining room still. They're not moving. They're not even blinking. Are you sure? I bet they're just being weird. Give me a second. You can play my games if you want. I'll play a little. They look fine to me. Mom said she's gonna bring them some popcorn. But I saw them. Nice try for a prank, though. Oh, and one more thing. Thanks for sending me out. Mom made me help her clean up after all. Special company. What? Oh, my uncle's coming to visit. So mom comes in, gives the popcorn, nods silently. Super weird. Oh boy. This passage does not exist. Catch and— oh! This passage does not exist. Go anyway! Ooh, what? No, child! You go to the kitchen. There's not much of a— this is not allowed, child. Tell the uncle to be quiet. It falls silent for a moment. It's grown weak since you haven't been feeding it. Take out the Game Boy. From your pocket you pull— whoa! I have that? What? The uncle is somewhere behind the half-textured walls, grumbling to itself. Turn on the Game Boy. Ooh! Pokedex. There isn't time to use that. Pokemon. Item. You're carrying Game Boy Color. Me. You hope this works. This works. Oh, it came to you after you picked up Dave's Game Boy. Still weak from the night of the sleepover, in that moment, you had an understanding of what it was and what it did. How many times had you not made it through the night? How many of your friends had gone before you would come after you? How many had taken the Game Boy? It promised you what it promised everyone, every time. The newest games, the best consoles, the best strategies, and most talent. The knowledge and tricks and secrets. A family who could and would provide these things. You could play well, play forever. You would always be the best, so long as you fed it. And you had an idea. It did not like your first request, but it was hungry and it had no other choice, so here you are. Oh. Save? It's probably not a good idea to save when things are getting messed up. Option, text speed, fast. Oh. You're 11 years old. What is your best friend's name? Dave invited you to sleep over. You've been in friends for first grade. You have to play outside. Ooh! Ah. Of course, you suddenly remember his uncle in the corner. Oh. Grandfather clock is ticking softly. Dave is parked in front of the large TV playing N64. Suddenly he jumps as if you scared him by entering. What was that? I know about the uncle. Dave blinks uneasily. I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about? I used to come back here. I hear it too. It's all right. How's this happening? I'm starving it to death. Let's see. What do you hear? Ooh! I came back to save you. It doesn't control you. It may seem like it does. It may seem like it's all you have, but it's not. It lies. It always lies. But all the others, they're gone. No, we're here. We're all here still. It doesn't eat all at once. It's slow. It takes years, maybe even forever. I made so many. My parents, my brother. I don't deserve it. Why did you come back for me? Why did you come back for me? Because we're friends. Things are starting to oh God, Dave is still crying. Take Dave's hand. Okay, oh. Come on, take Dave's hand here. You really came back? You think we can do this? It wants us to hate each other and I won't do that. Let's go. Ah. Oh, goodbye. Gonna exit now. No, come back. Are these clickables? Should I click on these? Oh. Ah. Okay, so you don't understand the game's offered me something I didn't have before. They gave me a sense of place. Whoa. Am I talking to the uncle? Sorry for all of this. Oh, I'm talking to Dave. Okay, we can become something else if we're willing to fight it. It doesn't control us. It isn't our only choice, even if it wants us to think. You are my friend. No more games. You are my friend, and I am here for you. Why? Well then. I'm guessing that was the new game ending. You and Dave have defeated the uncle who works for Nintendo. Well, there you have it. You unlock the author's notes. Okay, several endings to this game, yet if you're reading this, it's because you've attained the ending after which I do not think there can be any more play. If you'd like more traditional hidden content, please click here. Congratulations, you've unlocked alternate outfits for all the characters. During your next playthrough, do your best to imagine the characters wearing different outfits. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, that's lovely. Maybe there's something to do that, if that actually is a thing. Let me look that up, actually. Okay, no, that is all. So that is the uncle who works for Nintendo. A really interesting thing. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure creepypasta, because I believe that's what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be like creepypasta. It's supposed to be this story. It may actually have been already a story, just put into an adventure game-style game, which was really cool, by the way. I like that a lot. So thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!